Hello and salutations, my dear viewer. My name is Devis, and for today's challenge I am going to be reading you my favorite story. You see, for our challenge today, we were to write our own stories. And as my part of this little video, I'm going to share the story I wrote for you. Our story takes place in the land of Bonencia, a place full of magic, adventure, and mythical creatures. Our protagonist for today's story is a young sorcerer named David who works at the local J.C. Penney's. David was a sorcerer with a very long wand. Some even said that the wand was over 12 inches long. But he was a very modest man, that David, and he would never brag about the size of his wand. However, he did not need to, for his friend Jimbo was often going around to people and telling them about David's long wand. David, who did not like to brag, would go up to his friend Jimbo and tell him, "Jimbo, you gotta stop telling people that." Jimbo, however, paid him no mind and boasted far and wide about David's extremely long wand. Tales of his wand would eventually reach the ears of a real piece of work wizard, whose magic tricks weren't even that impressive if you ask me. This wizard's name was Stefan, which wasn't even a real name. So Stefan, being the insecure wizard he was, cast a spell on David's wand, making it baby-sized. And I want to be very clear, it wasn't that size before. It was pretty big. Nobody really saw it, but why would David lie about that? David isn't a liar. And now David has a baby-sized wand. He is forever cursed to tell people that it was the wizard that made it that way, and it used to be bigger. Jimbo continues to tell people David's wand is enormous, which now David is against because it will lead to disappointment. It is also worth mentioning that his crystal balls did not shrink, which honestly is hit or miss on whether or not that's worse. Oh man. What a beautiful story. You know, I get so emotional thinking about it because, David didn't deserve that. And just to be clear, I want everyone to know, David's wand was bigger. It didn't always used to be baby-sized. It was that wizard that did it. The wizard shrank it. It wasn't always that small. Well, I suppose that's the end of our story for now. I hope you've all enjoyed listening to this beautiful, thoughtful story that I created for you.
It's day 4 of Devis Scotus, and today we are writing short stories. Now, for those that don't know, last year I actually wrote a book and sold it. Well, I say sold it, I gave it to someone, and that was only one person. And they only actually read a quarter of it. But yeah, I still feel like I'm quite confident that I can write a short story today. And I don't know about Devin, he's written a few fanfics before. He's done some self-imposed writing about the Fallout universe, things I don't really care or know about. But me, I'm going to do solo, and I feel like I should pass on my knowledge, not just to Devin, but to you, the audience. So let's just walk through my steps for how I would write a book, a novel, or in this case, a short story. Step 1. Look the part. If you're going to be writing the next great novel, you're going to need to look like the next great author. If you think you look pretentious, believe me, you're not pretentious enough. So add a scarf for good measure. Step 2. Draw the front cover. Everyone is going to be judging your book on the front cover anyway, so it doesn't matter what you write. Follow the money and start where the action is, even if you don't know what the plot or title of your book is. Step 3. Create a framework. Write down on 3 sticky notes, beginning, middle, and end. But don't come up with anything more than that yet. This will be important when you complete Step 4. Sell the rights. Hollywood is always looking for the next big thing. So call them as quickly as possible and sell the rights to make a film based on your book. When they ask about the progress of the book, you can be truthful in saying that you've written the beginning, middle, and end. Step 5. Generate ideas. Write down every word that elicited a positive reaction when you spoke to the executive in Hollywood. You're writing their book now, not yours. Step 6. Write the book. I can't work with this. This is all just rubbish. I've got nothing immoral, don't eat soup at 4:37 AM. I can't work with that. Right, I'm just writing a fan fiction. I'm writing a fan fiction with my friends. That's it. Right, yeah, you heard me. I'm writing a fan fiction about you.